everyone. We are the Group G, which will be discussing the organizational and household decision making. In both organizational and domestic settings, decision making plays a vital role in shaping operational, financial, and social outcomes. Whether it's a family deliberating over a significant purchase or a business team deciding on a new product line, the complexity of decision-making process often involves a multiple of factors such as risk, cost, and long-term impact. In organizations, collective decision-making is especially crucial, where teams and committees must collaborate, negotiate, and reach a consensus. This requires effective communication, shared goals, and trust. Similarly, in families, decision-making processes are influenced by the dynamics between family members, each with their own preferences, values, and priorities. These decisions could range from the financial choices to major lifestyle changes. And the way families approach these choices can differ based on cultural and socioeconomic context. Additionally, organizational values and family units both have distinct approaches to make decisions. Organizational values are responsible for purchasing on behalf of the company, focusing on strategic factors like cost, supplier relationships, and long-term value, often with larger budgets and a focus on the company's needs over individual preferences. In contrast, families tend to make decisions with a more personal touch, often involving a balance between individual needs and collective family priorities. A key aspect of family decision making is the influence of parents, who often guide children through decision making processes. Furthermore, young people or consumers and training are also learning how to make informed purchase decisions with their experiences, shaping their future behaviors. Marketers need to help shape both the personal and businesses decisions that influence economy. By studying decision making in both family and organizational contexts, we gain valuable insights into how decisions are made and the factors that drives them. This chapter aims to, number one, to understand the decision-making processes in both family and organizational settings. Number two, to identify the factors influencing group decision-making in families and businesses. Number three, to explore how organizational buyers make purchasing decisions. Number four, to examine how family dynamics impact domestic decision making. Number five, to recognize how children and adolescents develop their decision making skills. So, the first reporter to discuss the topic of collective decision making is Miss Joanne Enobio.
Collective decision making refers to a process by which a group of individuals come to make a decision, aiming to reach a majority view. This can occur in various contexts, such as businesses, political groups, teams, or communities. Its collective decision making is when a group works together to make choices. This is commonly used in families or organizations to ensure decisions are well-rounded and supported by each and every one. There are several approaches to collective decision making. First is the majority rule. A decision is made based on the option that receives the most votes. It mostly happens in the democratic country, which we conduct a democratic voting. Consensus. Its goal is for the group to reach an agreement that all members can support. Third is the deliberation, a process where all members of the group share their perspective, weigh the evidence, and then collectively reach to a conclusion, often reason also to argumentation. Fourth is the delegation. The group may be delegate decision making. Typically, expert or elected representative make final choice on behalf of the group. Fifth is the compromise. When consensus is not achievable, then creating a solution to satisfy all parties is compromising. Sixth is voting system. There are lots and differences of voting system, such as rank voting, approval voting, and each has an own method and preferences into a collective decision making. Online voting is also there. Factors influencing collective decision making. First is the group size. Of course, the larger the group, and then the larger the challenges it meets in reaching an agreement. But in a smaller group, this will allow just a more efficient and decision making. Diversity is the second one. This can lead to a better decision, but also more critical or more conflict because of the diverse perspectives of the members. Third is the leadership. The ruler, the leader, or the facilitator is the middle, who middle and help and guide the process. Fourth is the time pressure. Also, this can affect the quality of thoroughness of the decision making. Fifth is the communication. It is crucial that all members understand each other's viewpoint and also so that they can contribute to the discussion.
Thank you, Ms. Simodio, for that informative discussion. The next presenter is Ms. Christine Balangke to discuss the steps and the collective decision making and the benefit of its challenges.
In decision making, there are important steps in the process that help achieve effective and collaborative results. So step 1 is set the goal. This means starting with a clear understanding of what needs to be decided. It's important for everyone involved to be on the same page about the purpose of the decisions to avoid confusion or misalignment. For example, if a team is planning a project, they should agree on whether they're deciding the budget, timeline, or specific task. Having a well-defined goal helps guide the rest of the process. Step 2 is share ideas. This is the brainstorming space where everyone in the group is encouraged to contribute their thoughts and suggestions. The key here is to create a judgment-free space so all ideas can be heard. The more perspectives shared, the more options the group has to consider. Step 3 is evaluate options. Once all the ideas are on the table, the group takes a closer look at each one. They discuss the pros and cons, consider factors like feasibility, potential impact, and alignment with the goal, and work together to narrow down the best options. This step requires critical thinking and collaboration. Step 4 is decide together. Depending on the group's structure, this might involve voting, finding a compromise, or reaching an unanimous agreement. It's important that everyone feels their input was considered even if the final decision doesn't fully align with their preferences. This steps strengthens trust and commitment to the decision. Step 5 is take action. After making the decision, the group moves forward with implementing it. This involves assigning tasks, coordinating efforts, and working together to ensure the plan is carried out successfully. For example, if the decision was to host an event, tasks like organizing, budgeting, and marketing would be distributed among the group. So by following these steps, decision making becomes a structured, inclusive, and effective process.
Thank you, Ms. Balangke. Let's come up with the topic of techniques used in collective
brainstorming that help teams identify problems and create solutions. The advantages of using the nominal group technique. Number 1, it encourages equal participation. Since the group welcomes all the ideas of the group members can have the opportunity to express their ideas either by writing or voicing their own ideas individually. Number 2, it clear and prioritizes outcomes. It allows the group to reach a consensus on which ideas are the most important or feasible, as well as what should be included or excluded from the discussion. Number 3, it fosters creativity and diverse input. The variety of ideas shared by group members foster creativity and encourage diverse perspectives, leading to unique ideas that might not surface when brainstorming individually and allowing for deeper discussion during the process. Number 5, accelerate the ideas generation process. When multiple group members contribute ideas simultaneously, rather than waiting for one person to think for ideas during the brainstorming session, having more people makes the flow of ideas become much more quicker. The disadvantages of nominal group techniques. Number 1, it requires skilled facilitation. Effective guidance is key to ensuring that the process runs smoothly, particularly during the clarification and voting phases. Number 2, time-consuming. While it ensures true consideration of ideas, nominal group technique can be time-consuming, particularly in large groups or when there are many ideas to discuss and consider. Number 2 is the Delphi technique. It is a rigorous method that uses a series of questionnaires to collect opinions from a group of experts in specific topics. The advantages of the Delphi technique is number 1, anonymity. Participant identities are kept anonymous, which reduces the potential for conflicts or bias that might arise from hierarchical structures or alternative figures. Number 2, geographical flexibility. Since the technique is conducted through written responses, participants can be located anywhere, making it suitable or geographical dispersed groups or experts. Number 3, expert input. The Delphi technique allows for gathering input from experts without requiring them to meet in person. Number 4, it reduces groupthink. The initiative rounds where individuals can reassess their responses in light or other opinions minimize the risk of groupthink. Number 6, time efficient. Since it doesn't require participants to meet in person, it can be less time consuming and more convenient for busy individuals. The disadvantages of Delphi technique is number 1, time consuming. Time process can take longer due to multiple rounds of questionnaire and feedback. Number 2, limited interaction. Unlike in-person meetings, there is little opportunity for dynamic interaction or spontaneous discussion, which can sometimes create creativity or clarifications. Number 3, risk of misinterpretation. Since feedback is written rather than verbal, there is a high risk of misunderstanding or misinterpretation of responses. Number 3, the group decision support system. Interactive computer-based tools that combine communication and decision technologies. Communication technologies combine with decision-making tools that help groups of people make better decisions, especially when dealing with complex issues or large amounts of data. The advantages of the group decision support system is number 1, it improves collaboration. By giving the users a common platform for communication and information sharing, even when they are far away from each other, the group decision support system can improve teamwork. Number 2, efficiency and time saving. Group decision support system can facilitate the process of reaching a decision more quickly by using tools that aid in the organization and analysis of information. Number 3, enhance decision quality. By structuring the process and providing decision support tools, group decision support system can help group make better informed decisions that take into account all relevant factors. Number 4, reduce conflict. Group decision support system offer anonymity to quieter individuals so that they can contribute equally, which can lessen risks through only groupthink or dominating personality. Number 4 is scalability. Regardless of the group size of the company or the difficulties of complexities of the issue, the group decision support system can still manage decision making for both small and big companies. The disadvantages of the group decision support system is number 1, technology dependency. Since the group decision support system relies on computer-based tools, it may not work well if members are not tech-savvy or if technical problems occur when making decisions. Tools are based on computer-based tools. Number 2, over-reliance or structure. Systems often rely heavily on predefined process, rules, and steps to guide decision making. Number 3, cost and maintenance. Implementing and maintaining the group decision support system can be expensive, especially for a smaller organization. Number 4, potential for information overload. Large data sets produced by group decision support system may have a potential to overwhelm participants or cause information overload. There are examples of group decision support tools. Number 1 is Google Workspace. Number 2 is Microsoft Teams. Number 4, Messenger, Zoom, Facebook, SoberMonkey, and Monday.com.
Thank you, Miss Amber Nicola. Now, for the fourth reporter, Miss Maria Lorraine Paluccio, to discuss the organizational barriers and decision making.
Moving forward to the next topic, which includes the organizational buying process and decision making. So the organizational buying process refers to the steps industrial buyers follow when making a purchasing decision. So every organization needs to procure goods and services to support its business operations, which involves navigating a complex process of problem solving and decision making. The behavior displayed by industrial buyers during the decision-making process is called the organizational buying behavior, while the series of steps they take to reach a purchase decision is known as the organizational buying process. On the other hand, for marketers, it is very essential to understand the consumer's decision-making process, as it helps to uncover the factors that influence consumer purchasing decisions. When developing a marketing strategy, marketers need to analyze how their target market or target audience select products and services. In addition, gaining insights on how the customers make purchasing decisions is often a cornerstone of the most effective marketing plans.
Thank you, Miss Paluccio. The next reporter that will share her discussion is Miss Sunshine Igloso to discuss the 5 important stages of the consumer decision-making process.
In this report, we will know the 5 important stages in consumer decision-making. These 5 stages of a decision process were first introduced by philosopher John Dewey in How We Think in year 1910. Later studies expanded upon Dewey's initial work and are seen as foundational for analysis of consumer purchasing decision-making. Dewey did not refer in How We Think specifically to purchasing decisions but in applied terms. These 5 stages are the following. The first one is the problem recognition, the second is the information search, the third is the alternative evaluation, fourth is the purchase decision or alternative choice, and the fifth one is the post-purchase evaluation. The first stage, which is the problem recognition, it is where the consumer recognizes the need or a problem to be solved. And in recognizing the problem or need, it can be caused by 2 different ways. It is from internal and external stimuli. Internal stimuli, it is from our physiological or emotional need that we can feel. And external stimuli, it is from outside or peer pressure influences that will encourage us to buy something, or even like seeing an advertisement. And this desire or want can lead us or can lead to interest in learning on how to obtain it. The second stage is the information search. So once we identified a problem, the next step is the information search, or the consumer will now search the information about the product, kung di niya pwede mapalit ito ng product. And the third one is the alternative evaluation. Since na-collect na nimo an information which is done in stage 2, the consumer will be able to evaluate that different alternatives. Ngan sa pag-evaluate siton nga alternative, and iya i-consider siton mao an objective characteristics and subjective characteristics sa product. which is an objective characteristics is the features and functionality of the said product, while the subjective characteristics is the perception and the perceived value of the brand or business or its reputation. Usually sa visual evaluation naton kung mag-order kit online, sa aton pag-evaluate sa product, ang aton i-consider usually siton and syempre iyang quality, durability, size, texture, or color, and of course, comparing those factors as well as the price to other shops that offering the same products. And the fourth stage is the purchase decision or alternative choice. In this stage, it is where the actual purchase happened, or didi talaga ang stage kung saan ginvalue naton ang product na napili naton tikang sa stage 3 sa aton evaluation. And the fifth one is the post-purchase evaluation. The post-purchase evaluation, it is the phase after the buyer has committed to the buy decision and seeks reassurance that the right decision was made. Ini is na phase sa decision-making process sa consumer, it is the feedback or ang feedback naton sa ginpalit naton na product, which is two lang ang pwede naton na maging feedback, negative or positive. If it is negative, syempre nagsisikit sa product, narikit satisfied. Ang tawag siton cognitive dissonance. If positive, kung namitan naton satisfaction, as in happy kit sa aton product na napalit, ang tawag siton cognitive consonance. Tapos ini nga decision or feedback, importante liwat ini sa next naton nga decision process sa company naton gimbaluan sa future. Kay kung satisfied kit, syempre dakong probability na dito takit mapalit sa otro nga time na gusto na need na naman natin ang product balion. So again, the 5 stages, the first is the problem recognition, second is the information search, third is the evaluation of alternatives, fourth is the purchase decision or the actual na pagpalit sa product, and the fifth is the post-purchase evaluation or and feedback na naton. That's all.
Thank you, Miss Igloso. It's your turn, Mr. Kim Anthony Florano, to discuss its importance of knowing and understanding the consumer decision-making process.
The organizational buying process refers to the steps industrial buyer follow when making purchasing decision. Every organization needs to procure goods and services to support its business operation, which involve navigating a complex process of problem-solving and decision-making. The behavior displayed by industrial buyers during this decision-making process is called organizational buying behavior, while the series of steps they deep the range of purchase decision is known as the organizational buying process. On the other hand, for marketer, understanding the consumer decision-making process is essential as it helps uncover the factors that influence consumer purchasing decision. When developing a marketing strategy, marketers need to analyze how their target audience select product and service, gaining insight into how customers make a purchasing choices is often cornerstone of the most effective marketing plans.
Thank you, Mr. Florano. The next one to present is Miss Gina Han to discuss the topic of family unit and organizational and household decision making.
Hi, good day everyone. This is China Im from student of BSBE Marketing Management, third year in section B. My topic is all about the family unit. The family unit is the core of society, playing a crucial role in organizational and household decision making. This unit can take many forms, from traditional nuclear families to blended families, single-parent households, and extended families. Regardless of its structure, the family unit is responsible for making decisions that impact the well-being of its members. For organizational decision making, I only discuss resource allocation, where families must decide how to allocate their limited resources, including money, time, the energy, and this involves prioritizing needs such as food, shelter, education, and healthcare. Family can employ various decision-making styles, including authoritarian, democratic, laissez-faire, collaborative. Lastly, collaborative. Okay. Authoritarian is a one member makes most decisions, often the parent or the head of the household. And the democratic is all members participate in the decision-making process with each member's voice valued. And the laissez-faire, members are given freedom to make their own decisions with minimal parental guidance. And to the collaborative is members work together to reach a consensus, considering each other's perspectives and finding solutions that benefit everyone. So the family unit is a complex and dynamic entity where organizational and the household's decisions are constantly made. Understanding the factors that influence family decision making can provide insight into the dynamics of this essential social unit. So that's all about my topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Howe. Miss Rosemary Malobago is the next reporter, and her topic is all about the 7 types of family structure.
7 types of family structure. A family is can be defined as a group of people who are related. The word family is not only used to refer to fathers, mothers, and children. People are related in many other ways. You do not have to be related to someone by blood to be in the same family with them. Families can be defined as an arrangement. The way society is set up today, people are drifting away from traditional beliefs every day. The more people open up and accept different cultures from all over the world, the more societies are blending. What used to be conventional and acceptable is going through change. There are several versions of family setups that we have today. Number 1, nuclear families. The nuclear family is the traditional family setup that means the majority of all families. It consists of 2 parents and children. The children can be biological or adopted. The parents can be from the foreign, same-sex, or gender fluid. Number 2, single parents families. A single parent families consists of 1 parent with 1 or more children. The parents can be single out of choice, but of divorce, not also of divorce. Number 3, extended families. Extended families consist of more adults who are related by blood or marriage living under the same roof with their children. In the United States, the nuclear family is the social norm. Number 4, childless families. According to Extra Mile, a childless families consist of all partners living together without children. Most societies do not recognize this family as a permanent family. Number 5, step families. Step families are also known as blended families. They consist of 2 halves of other nuclear families that blend into one. 2 people from previous families join to make comprised of parents who are raising their grandchild. Grandparents raise children if the parents are not is the of the children. It could be a result of death, addiction, sickness, imprisonment, abandonment, international work travel, or being unfit parents. Number 7. Unconventional families. Unconventional families are the types of families that are unexpected smooth social norms. Polygamous families, for example, are unconventional. They are comprised of one father, multiple mothers, and children. In some societies, polygamy is the norm. Within some parts, it is unconventional.
Thank you, Ms. Malobato. The last topic of this chapter is all about the consumer's training, which will be discussed by Ms. Cyril Grace Montana.
Good day everyone, I am Moncada Cyril Grace and I will be discussing to you the consumer in training. Consumer training equips individuals with the knowledge, skills, and awareness to make informed decisions about the products and services they purchase. The importance of consumer training, key aspect to consider and how it can empower individuals to be responsible and savvy consumers. First, the role of consumers in the marketplace. Consumers are the cornerstone of any economy. Every time we make a purchase, we impact the market in various ways. Consumer training helps individuals understanding this power and responsibility, ensuring they make purchases that are not only beneficial to them, but also aligned with their values. So its key aspects are, first, decision making. Training helps consumers evaluate options and consider quality, price, and need before making a purchase. Second, empowerment. It encourages consumers to seek the best deals, know their rights, and demand fair treatment. Third, sustainability. Understanding the environmental impact of consumer choices encourages more eco-friendly and sustainable purchasing decisions. Second, basic consumer rights. One of the core components of consumer training is the education of consumer rights. In many countries, consumers are entitled to certain protection by law. These rights are essential in ensuring fair practices and preventing exploitation by sellers. So, here are the common consumer rights. First, right to safety. Consumers have the right to be protected from products that may harm their health or safety. Second, right to information. Sellers are required to provide accurate and clear information about their products or services. Third, right to choose. Consumers should have access to a variety of goods and services at competitive prices. Fourth, right to redress. If a product is defective or services unsatisfactory, consumers have the right to seek compensation or a refund.
Thank you, Ms. Moncada. Ms. Roshan Jane Simulat will be discussing some parts of the topic, which is the number 3 and number 4 of the consumer's training.
Importance of customer training, which is the understanding product labels and advertising. Customer training helps individuals understand how to read product labels and advertisement critically. Labels provide vital information like ingredients, nutritional facts, and expiry dates, while advertising can influence purchasing decision. Key points include reading labels, knowing what's in a product helps consumers assess its quality. Second, avoiding false advertising. Training helps spot misleading claims and avoid being tricked by exaggerated marketing. The last one,
price comparison. Encourage consumer to compare price and ensure they get the best value. One of the importance of consumer training, which is the budgeting and financial literacy. Consumers training also focus on teaching financial management, helping individuals avoid overspending and prioritize needs over wants. Key steps include track spending. Monitoring daily expenses helps adjust spending habits. Second, create a budget. A create budget ensures funds are allocated for essential while saving for future goals. Last, avoiding impulse buying. Training encourage sticking to shopping less to resist unnecessary purchase.
Thank you, Ms. Sumulat. The last presenter of the group is Ms. Shakira Maramara to discuss the last part of our discussion.
The fifth in the consumer and training is the consumer protection and advocacy. In some cases, consumers face challenges with faulty products, poor customer service, or unfair practices. Consumer training teaches individuals how to advocate for their rights and seek resolution. There are 3 key ways to protect consumers. First, know where to complain. It's important to know the right places to report issues like consumers protection offices, review websites, or social media. Second, documentation. Always keep receipts and records of purchases to help solve problems if something goes wrong. Lastly, collective advocacy. When one voice isn't enough, consumer groups or public campaigns can push for better solutions and protect everyone's right. For number 6, ethical consumerism and social responsibility. As more people become aware of the social and environmental impact of their purchases, ethical consumerism is gaining popularity. Ethical consumerism is about making choices that benefit society and the environment. The first thing to do is to support ethical brands that prioritize fair labor and sustainability. Second, reduce waste by choosing reusable or eco-friendly products. Lastly, buy fair trade and local goods to support fair wages and better working conditions. These small steps can make a big difference. And for the last number, the role of digital literacy in consumer training. Digital literacy is now a key skill for online shopping. It helps people shop safely and make better choices. There are 3 key aspects of digital literacy. Number 1, online safety. We need to know how to protect personal information, use secure websites, and avoid scams. Next, we should understand product reviews and ratings. Learning to check reviews helps us decide if a product is worth buying. Finally, knowing e-commerce policies is crucial. This means understanding return policies, shipping fees, and how to get help if there is a problem. With these skills, we can shop online confidently and safely.
Thank you, Ms. Maramara. In conclusion, collective decision-making, consumer behavior, family dynamics, and consumer training are interconnected processes that shape both individual and group choices. Effective decision-making, whether in groups or families, requires collaboration, communication, and the use of appropriate methods to ensure diverse perspectives are considered and conflicts are managed. For marketers, understanding consumer decision-making helps tailor strategies that meet customer needs and foster loyalty. Similarly, recognizing the diverse structures and influence within family decision-making can guide businesses and society in addressing family-specific needs. Additionally, consumer training empowers individuals to make informed, ethical, and sustainable choices, promoting responsibility and fairness in the marketplace. Further, these elements highlight the importance of informed, inclusive, and responsible decision-making into this interconnected world. The video we got from the YouTube will be discussing and additional information how decision-making is very important in the organizational and household community. Thank you, and let's watch this.
Hi everyone, it's Yanis here, and in this video we will explore what is decision making. This is a skill that you absolutely have to master, as good decisions will be getting you closer to your goals, while bad ones will be holding you back. If this is your first time on this channel, then make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon to get updates on my latest videos about time management and productivity. Decision making is a cognitive process of selecting a belief or a course of action amongst several possible alternative options. We make decisions every day. Some are small and trivial, while others are big and complex. So let's take a look at a few aspects of decision making. When you make a decision, your brain is processing all available information to ensure that you make a right decision, and that is burning a lot of your mental energy. That's why it's the best if you streamline simple processes in your life, so you don't always have to decide what to cook and what to buy in the shop. You can do that by having a meal plan in place. You always know what you have to cook, and you have a shopping list that tells you what ingredients to buy. When you make a decision, you don't just have to think about instant effects of that decision, but you also have to think about consequences. Every decision has a consequence, and every consequence has another consequence. And what might seem like a positive thing in the short term might be a negative thing in the long term. Hunger might trigger you to buy a chocolate bar. In the short term, it will feel good because it tastes great, but in the long term, you might put on some extra weight if eating chocolate becomes a habit. There are many techniques that you can use to make better decisions, so you have to spend some time and find what works for you. The main thing is not to overthink your decisions. The more you think about something, harder it will become to make a decision. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I was able to give you a quick summary of what decision making is and what role it plays in our life. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you could press the like button, as this will help the video reach more people and spread the message.